In this example, similar to the ones in lecture videos, the transcription of the Michael gene is a developmental gene that allows the cell, also known as the office, to have a productive day in order for the office to close and the genes to get home at a decent hour. The Michael gene is influenced by three different genes: Pam, Dwight, and Jim gene. The Michael gene must be transcribed in a cell in order for work to be done in the office. In a mutant cell where the Pam gene is not present, the Michael gene is not motivated, therefore it is not transcribed. In a mutant cell where the Dwight gene is absent, the Michael gene is transcribed because in the absence of the Dwight gene, the Michael gene is not distracted by the Dwight gene's martial arts skills. In a mutant cell where the Jim gene is absent, the Michael gene is transcribed because the Michael gene is not encouraged to challenge the martial arts skills of the Dwight gene. In a double mutant cell where both the Pam and Jim gene are absent, the Michael gene is transcribed. In another double mutant cell, the absence of both the Jim gene and Dwight gene, the Michael gene is also transcribed. Based off of the previous statements, we can conclude that the Pam gene promotes the Michael gene, the Jim gene inhibits the Michael gene, and the Dwight gene inhibits the Michael gene. With that being said, we can use those clues to determine relationships between genes to find the final developmental pathway. In using the first two clues, we can either have the order where Pam inhibits Jim, who inhibits Michael, or Jim, who inhibits Pam, who activates Michael. Using the double mutant clue involving the Pam and Jim gene, this pathway is the only option that satisfies the Michael gene not being expressed in the absence of the Pam and Jim gene. Then using clue 2 and 3, you have the option of Jim activating Dwight, who inhibits Michael, or Dwight activating Jim, who inhibits Michael. In determining the best option, we use the second double mutant hint, where in the absence of the Jim and Dwight gene, the Michael gene is transcribed. This is consistent with both pathways. However, this pathway would make more sense concerning the ordering scheme. In combining these two pathways, we can get the final pathway of Pam inhibiting Jim, who activates Dwight, which inhibits the transcription of the Michael gene.